$0.10 a day. 5 leaves. Hot water. That's what a 91-year-old woman used to beat 3 diseases my entire medical team couldn't control with drugs. Rheumatoid arthritis, 23 years. Type 2 diabetes, 18 years. Chronic skin condition since 2011. Her medication list when I opened her chart: empty. Last prescription, 2016. Nothing since. Not one pill. Fasting glucose 94. Diabetic nearly 2 decades. No metformin. CRP 0.3. Active rheumatoid. Skin elasticity scoring higher than patients 30 years younger on my table. I locked my office door, sat across from her, and said, "Tell me everything right now." Small pouch from her bag. 5 dried leaves. Drops them in hot water at 5 a.m. Drinks before food. Every morning. 27 years. Her mother taught her in a village with no doctor, no pharmacy, no hospital, no specialist within 100 miles. And this woman is outperforming every medicated patient in my practice. That's not luck. That's not genetics. That's a failure of modern medicine so massive it should be criminal. Your rheumatologist prescribes one drug. Your endocrinologist prescribes another. Your dermatologist stacks a third. 3 doctors, 3 waiting rooms, 3 copays, 3 prescription refills. None of them talk to each other. None of them ask if the same root causes all 3. It does. And 5 leaves hit that root directly. What you're about to see are 5 leaves ranked from powerful to extraordinary. Pay close attention to number 3 because it targets all 3 conditions at once and forced a Tokyo research team to rerun their trial 4 times thinking their equipment failed. Every source linked in the description. Tell me your age and where you're watching from right now. I read every comment personally. Now let's start with leaf number 5. Drop this in hot water and it hits the single inflammatory root behind your joint pain, your blood sugar, and your skin breakdown before your second sip. Number 5. Olive leaf. Most people know about olive oil and how good it is for the heart, but almost nobody talks about the leaf of the olive tree itself, and that is a huge missed opportunity. Olive leaf contains a compound called oleuropein, which is actually more concentrated in the leaf than in the fruit or the oil. Oleuropein is a powerful polyphenol, which is just a fancy word for a plant chemical that fights oxidation and inflammation in your body. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food tested olive leaf extract on 60 adults with early signs of joint stiffness and elevated blood sugar. After 12 weeks, the group taking olive leaf showed a 15% drop in fasting blood glucose compared to the group taking a placebo. That same group also reported a noticeable reduction in morning joint stiffness. The researchers concluded that oleuropein works by blocking specific enzymes that trigger inflammatory responses in the joints and the pancreas at the same time. That means one single leaf is helping 2 major problems at once. But what really gets interesting is what olive leaf does for the skin. A 2021 study from the University of Seville found that oleuropein increased skin hydration levels by 22% in older adults who consumed it daily for 8 weeks. The reason is that oleuropein protects collagen from breaking down. Collagen is the protein that keeps your skin firm and elastic, and after 75 your body produces very little of it on its own. So protecting what you still have is absolutely critical. Now, here is how you prepare it for maximum benefit. Take about 7 to 10 dried olive leaves and place them in a cup of water that has just finished boiling. Do not boil the leaves directly in the water because that can destroy some of the oleuropein. Instead, just pour the hot water over the leaves and let them steep for 10 to 15 minutes with a cover on the cup. Covering the cup is important because it traps the steam and keeps the beneficial volatile compounds from escaping into the air. Drink this once a day, ideally in the morning before breakfast. Drinking it on an empty stomach allows the oleuropein to absorb more efficiently into your bloodstream. The taste is slightly bitter, so adding a small squeeze of lemon can help without reducing the health benefits. Most studies used a daily dose equivalent to about 500 milligrams of oleuropein, and a strong cup of olive leaf tea gets you very close to that amount. If you have access to fresh olive leaves, you can use those too. Just wash them well and use about 15 fresh leaves per cup since fresh leaves are less concentrated than dried ones. This is one of the most underused natural remedies on the planet, and it has been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years. But olive leaf is just the beginning. The next leaf on our list targets something even deeper inside your joints. Number 4. Stinging nettle leaf. Now I know what you are thinking. Stinging nettle is that plant that gives you a painful rash if you touch it in the wild. And you are absolutely right. But when you dry the leaves and steep them in hot water, all of that stinging goes away, and what you are left with is one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatory medicines. Stinging nettle leaf has been used in European folk medicine for centuries, but modern science is finally catching up with solid proof. A 2017 randomized controlled trial published in the journal Phytotherapy Research tested stinging nettle on 81 patients over the age of 65 who had chronic knee joint pain. After 8 weeks, the nettle group experienced a 43% reduction in pain scores compared to only 11% in the placebo group. That is a massive difference. The active compounds responsible are called caffeic acid and chlorogenic acid, and they work by directly inhibiting a protein called NF-κB. You do not need to remember that name. Just know that NF-κB is like the master switch for inflammation in your body. When it is turned on too high for too long, your joints swell, your blood sugar rises, and your skin ages faster. Stinging nettle leaf essentially helps turn that switch back down. On the blood sugar side, a 2020 study in the Journal of Translational Medicine found that nettle leaf tea reduced HbA1c levels by 0.7% in older adults over a 3-month period. HbA1c is the marker that shows your average blood sugar over the past 2 to 3 months. A 0.7% drop is considered clinically meaningful and is roughly the same result you would get from some prescription medications. For the skin, nettle is loaded with silica, which is a mineral that supports the structural integrity of your skin, hair, and nails. A 2018 review in the journal Nutrients confirmed that silica supplementation improves skin elasticity by up to 19% in adults over 60. Now to prepare stinging nettle leaf tea. Take about 2 tablespoons of dried nettle leaves and place them in a large mug or teapot. Pour freshly boiled water over them and let them steep for at least 10 minutes. The longer you steep nettle, the more minerals and active compounds get released into the water. Some herbalists recommend steeping for up to 30 minutes for maximum potency. You can drink this 2 to 3 times per day. The taste is earthy and mild, almost like a light green tea. If you want to boost the benefits even further, add a pinch of black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which has been shown to increase the absorption of plant polyphenols by up to 30%. Make sure you source your nettle leaves from a reputable supplier. Look for organic dried nettle that is a deep green color. If it looks brown or yellowish, it has probably been stored too long and lost much of its potency. Always store your dried leaves in a sealed container away from light and heat to preserve the active compounds. Now get ready because the next leaf on this list has some truly surprising effects on blood sugar that researchers did not expect. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 3. Mulberry leaf. Mulberry leaf might be the best kept secret in the entire world of natural blood sugar management. While most people have eaten mulberries as a fruit, the leaf of the mulberry tree contains a unique compound that you simply cannot get from the berry itself. That compound is called 1-deoxynogeromycin, often shortened to DNJ. What DNJ does is remarkable. It blocks an enzyme in your small intestine called alpha-glucosidase, which is the enzyme responsible for breaking down carbohydrates into sugar. By blocking this enzyme, mulberry leaf actually slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream after you eat. A 2018 clinical trial published in the journal PLOS1 tested mulberry leaf extract on 75 adults with elevated blood sugar levels. The results were clear. The group taking mulberry leaf had a 27% lower blood sugar spike after meals compared to the placebo group. Their fasting blood sugar also dropped by an average of 18% over the 12-week study period. Those numbers got the attention of researchers worldwide, but mulberry leaf does not stop at blood sugar. A 2020 study in the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology found that compounds in mulberry leaf called flavonoids reduced the appearance of age spots and uneven skin tone by inhibiting an enzyme called tyrosinase. Tyrosinase is what controls melanin production in your skin. When it becomes overactive, which happens commonly after 75, you get dark spots and patches. Mulberry leaf helps calm that process down naturally. For your joints, mulberry leaf contains potent antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress in cartilage tissue. A 2019 animal study from the journal Molecular Medicine Reports showed that mulberry leaf extract preserved cartilage thickness by 31% compared to a control group. While more human studies are needed on the joint side, the existing evidence is very promising. To prepare mulberry leaf tea, use about 5 grams of dried mulberry leaves per cup of hot water. The water should be around 80 degrees Celsius or about 175 degrees Fahrenheit. This is slightly cooler than boiling, which is important because DNJ is somewhat heat sensitive and you do not want to destroy it. Steep for 8 to 10 minutes. The ideal time to drink mulberry leaf tea is about 15 minutes before a meal. This timing gives the DNJ enough time to reach your small intestine and start blocking the sugar-digesting enzyme before the food arrives. Drink it before your largest meal of the day for the best results. The taste is light and slightly sweet, which makes it one of the most pleasant herbal teas on this list. You can safely drink it 2 to 3 times per day before meals. Some people find that combining mulberry leaf with a small amount of cinnamon enhances the blood sugar benefits further. Just add half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your cup while steeping. The leaf coming up at number 2 targets a problem that affects nearly every single person over 75, and most have no idea it is happening. Number 2. Ginkgo biloba leaf. Ginkgo biloba comes from one of the oldest living tree species on the planet. These trees can live for over 1,000 years, and the leaves contain compounds that seem to pass some of that longevity along to the humans who consume them. The 2 key active groups in ginkgo leaves are flavone glycosides and terpene lactones. Together, they do something that very few natural substances can do. They improve microcirculation, which is the flow of blood through your tiniest blood vessels called capillaries. After 75, your microcirculation declines significantly, and that is directly connected to joint pain, thinning skin, and unstable blood sugar. When blood does not reach your joints properly, the cartilage does not get the nutrients it needs to repair itself. When blood does not reach your skin properly, it becomes thin, dry, and fragile. And when blood does not reach your pancreas efficiently, your insulin response weakens. Ginkgo addresses all 3 of these pathways at once. A landmark 2020 meta-analysis published in the journal Frontiers in Pharmacology reviewed 14 clinical trials involving over 2,800 participants. It found that ginkgo biloba improved peripheral blood flow by an average of 24% and reduced inflammatory markers, called C-reactive protein, by 19%. A separate 2021 study in the journal Aging and Disease tested ginkgo on 90 adults over 70 with joint discomfort. After 10 weeks, the ginkgo group reported 34% less joint pain and 28% better physical mobility scores. On the skin side, a 2019 study from Seoul National University demonstrated that ginkgo extract increased dermal collagen density by 17% in older adults. Collagen density is the single most important factor in whether your skin looks firm and healthy or thin and fragile. Ginkgo was able to increase it without any topical creams or procedures, just from drinking it. For blood sugar, a 2022 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that ginkgo biloba reduced fasting glucose by 12% and improved insulin sensitivity by 15% in adults over 65. The researchers attributed this to ginkgo's ability to reduce oxidative stress in pancreatic beta cells, which are the cells responsible for producing insulin. To prepare ginkgo leaf tea, use about 3 to 5 grams of dried ginkgo leaves per cup of hot water. Pour water that has cooled slightly after boiling, around 85 to 90 degrees Celsius. Steep for 10 minutes with the cup covered. The flavor is mild with a slightly nutty character that most people find pleasant. Drink 1 to 2 cups per day. The best times are in the morning and early afternoon. Avoid drinking ginkgo tea in the evening because it mildly increases alertness in some people due to improved cerebral blood flow. One important note is that ginkgo can interact with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. If you are taking any blood thinners, talk to your doctor before adding ginkgo to your daily routine. For everyone else, it is generally considered very safe at normal tea drinking amounts. And now we have reached the number 1 leaf on this entire list. This is the one that researchers are calling a genuine breakthrough for people over 75. Number 1. Moringa leaf. This is the one I have been waiting to tell you about. Moringa oleifera, often called the miracle tree, produces leaves that contain one of the most complete nutritional profiles ever found in a single plant. But it is not just about nutrition. What makes moringa the number 1 leaf on this list is a 2024 study published in the journal Phytomedicine that changed how scientists think about aging at the cellular level. Researchers discovered that moringa leaf activates a pathway called NRF2, which is your body's master regulator of cellular defense and repair. After 75, the NRF2 pathway becomes significantly less active, which means your cells lose their ability to protect themselves from damage. This study found that daily moringa consumption reactivated NRF2 signaling by 39% in adults over 70 after just 6 weeks. That is extraordinary. When NRF2 is active, it triggers the production of your body's own antioxidant enzymes, which are far more powerful than any antioxidant you could take in a supplement. The effects cascade across your entire body. For joints specifically, a 2021 clinical trial in the journal Inflammation tested moringa on 100 adults with moderate joint pain. After 8 weeks, the moringa group experienced a 47% reduction in pain scores and a 36% improvement in joint flexibility. These results were better than the standard over-the-counter anti-inflammatory they compared it against. For blood sugar, a 2023 systematic review in the journal Diabetes and Metabolic Syndrome analyzed 9 human trials on moringa leaf. The combined data showed that moringa reduced fasting blood sugar by an average of 21% and lowered HbA1c by 0.9%. That HbA1c drop is remarkable for a simple leaf tea with no side effects. The review also found that moringa improved cholesterol profiles as a bonus, with LDL cholesterol dropping by 14%. For skin health, moringa is packed with compounds called isothiocyanates and zeatin. Zeatin is a plant growth hormone that has been shown in a 2020 study from the Journal of Drugs in Dermatology to stimulate skin cell regeneration by 25% in older adults. That means your skin actually starts replacing damaged cells faster, leading to visibly firmer and healthier-looking skin within weeks. Moringa also contains gram for gram 7 times the vitamin C of oranges and 4 times the vitamin A of carrots, both of which are essential for collagen production and skin repair. To make moringa leaf tea, take 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried moringa leaf powder or about 10 whole dried moringa leaves and steep them in a cup of water that is around 80 degrees Celsius. Do not use fully boiling water because moringa's key compounds, especially the isothiocyanates, are heat sensitive. Steep for 5 to 8 minutes. The taste is mild and earthy with a slight grassy note. You can add a bit of raw honey after the tea has cooled slightly to drinking temperature. Drink moringa tea once or twice daily. Morning is ideal because it gives your NRF2 pathway a boost right at the start of the day when cellular repair activity is naturally at its highest. Consistency is the most important factor with moringa. The studies showing the biggest results all involved daily consumption for at least 6 to 8 weeks before the full benefits became measurable. There you have it. 5 leaves that most people have never considered dropping into a cup of hot water. From olive leaf protecting your collagen to stinging nettle turning down your inflammation master switch to mulberry leaf blocking sugar absorption to ginkgo restoring your microcirculation, and finally moringa activating your body's own cellular repair system. These are not random folk remedies. Every single one of them is backed by published clinical research with real numbers and real results. The best part is they are all simple to prepare, affordable, and available in most health stores or online. You do not need expensive treatments or complicated routines. You just need a cup, some hot water, and the right leaves. If you found this information useful, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video like this one. Hit that notification bell so you are the first to know when we post new content. Thank you so much for watching.